Webcams have taken off like a rocket in popularity in the last few years, with content creation becoming the fastest growing career in the last couple years. Everyone is looking for a new webcam. Every company wants their camera to be the SM7B of webcams. That was the Logitech 720, which was released in 2012 and is still used to this day as the staple go-to cheap webcam that most of us order. And now, with more and more cameras hitting the market, being 1080p with 60 frames per second just doesn't cut it anymore. You need to have that top feature that gets you known and gets customers to buy the camera. Which brings us to the camera that we are reviewing today. This is the OBSbot Tiny, an AI-based camera that can track you using gestures, but is it right for streamers and content creators? Well, let's find out. The OBSbot Tiny comes in two different variants, a 1080p version and a 4K version. Obviously with the 4K model coming with the higher res sensor, but everything else is basically the same. In the box, gives you a USB-A to USB-C camera, which provides power for the unit, as well as you get a magnetic clip that allows you to connect it to mostly any desktop monitor that has a decently thick ridge on the back of the monitor. It does include a sticky pad, so if there's any slants or anything like that, it does secure it down a little bit. And the camera does include a 1/4-inch mounting hole on the bottom of the camera, which allows you to connect it to any tripod or camera mounts that you may already have. But the big question is, does this camera perform as advertised? As we know, with recent releases with webcams, the footage shown isn't always the footage you get. And when we switch to the OBSbot camera, you can see this is pretty good quality. Now this is the 1080p version, and I have been using it on my streams. But how you activate the tracking is simply raise your hand in the air and it will show you a 3-light acknowledgement that tells you it's tracking you now. So if I move side to side or back in my room, it's going to follow me all around the room. Now, the big question is this good for content creators and streamers? OBSbot says that it's good for Twitch streamers because it will always keep your face in the frame. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't move that much when I'm streaming. The only time I move is when I physically get up and walk away from my stream, whether I'm going to the bathroom or whether I'm going to refill my drink or get a snack. I'm usually dormant right here in my chair and not too concerned about me getting out of frame. Now, in my first stream when I was trying this, I was actually standing up, walking around my room, and the OBSbot had no problem following me around and actually got quite a reaction out of my viewers. And that's pretty cool. But other than the first time, is it really worth the $200 plus price tag for the 1080p model? For me, I don't think so. I don't think it's worth the $200 price tag. I think with a standard camera that you can adjust and manipulate zooms yourself with just a twist of the wrist, that's all I need. Whether I need to zoom out or zoom in, that's basically all I need. But if you were in more of a teaching role, then this changes completely. If you're a teacher and you're backing up from your camera, walking over to your whiteboard, and then saying, take a look at this, writing on the whiteboard, people can see. And the advantage of this, say using a crop sensor, is that you're taking advantage of the entire frame, not having the camera to crop in like, say, FaceTime does, or mostly any other non-AI based zoom that's being used. And you can also use this camera without the tracking. Simply just unlock, walk away, and it will no longer follow you. Go back in frame, turn on the tracking, and you're back at it. Pretty cool in my books, but just not worth the price tag. Because when I already have a good camera that I can use as a webcam, I don't need gesture-based tracking around my room to bring in viewers, anything like that. But overall, pretty good camera. So here is a test of the microphone on the OBSbot Tiny webcam. The brown fox jumped over the fence, and whatever that saying is that everybody uses. So there it is. Those are my thoughts on the OBSbot Tiny webcam. I hope you enjoyed. If I missed any features that you are using or that you know about, leave a comment down below. And if you made it to the end of the video, please leave a like, as it helps out the channel tremendously. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.